Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning, and it comes out of G major formation. At the time of me making this lesson, there are no videos of Jason Isbell playing this yet, so I'm having to speculate as to precisely the chord shapes he's making. These are definitely the correct chords. There just could be a couple of particulars about he puts his ring finger here instead of here sort of business. But so the song begins driven with piano, but the guitar progression is the same thing as the piano progression. So the song begins on a G. I've got my second finger on the 6th string 3 fret, ring finger on the 2 string 3 fret, pinky finger on the 1 string 3 fret. So 3 frets all the way down, string 6, 2, and 1. And my second finger is blocking out the 5 string. This is this is the strumming pattern throughout pretty much the entire thing. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. So after the first G chord, you will hammer on to a B note, which usually is in the B chord, which is usually in this G chord, but that's one of the reasons that I'm not fretting the B initially inside of this G chord, is that it adds more emphasis if that third is not in the chord to begin with, and then you hammer on into it for the second part, or the second kind of chord movement of the song. So G chord to hammering on first finger to the 5 string 2 fret. Whenever you hammer on, you want to just mute out your low 6 string, but these upper strings can continue ringing as they had been. And then you're going to come to a C chord. To come to the C chord, you will put your second finger down on the 5 string 3 fret, with ring and pinky finger still on the 3rd frets of strings 2 and 1. Whenever you hit the C chord, you can hear Jason Isbell go. That would be 5 string 3 fret, open 4 string, hammer on with the first finger to the 4 string 2 fret, and then hit the open 3 string behind it. And then immediately after hitting that 3 string, your chord needs to go back into the G shape, so that you've got like that. And that's a real quick kind of flourish of notes right there. Flourishing of notes. And also all of these chords basically can be hammered on, led into by like the G chord. You can start with your first finger on the 6 string 2 fret, and then immediately hammer with your second finger to the 6 string 3 fret. Same with the C chord. So, back to the chord progression. G to the B, to the C, to the G. The second time it's G to the B again, and then you're going to go A chord and D. So the way that this A chord works, in the context of the entire band, I think it's pretty much an A minor chord, but I don't hear that minor third ringing out a whole lot. So I think that Jason Isbell probably is just keeping this ring and pinky planted where they are, and just moving to make the A with just one finger, moving your first finger to the 4 string 2 fret, opening up the 5 string, and just strumming it like that. So you've got G to B to C, G to B to A. Then it goes G to B to C again, then G to E minor. The way that we're going to make this E minor is just lift up your second finger, put your first finger on the 5 string 2 fret, and open up the 6th string, and then up to the D chord. D chord would be move your first finger to the 3 string 2 fret, ring finger still where it is, and then put your second finger on the 1 string 2 fret. And sometimes in this D chord you can hear Jason Isbell like pull off the second finger to expose the 1 string, and then pick down 2 and 3 strings before coming back into the G. So that repeats like as the verse. Whenever we get to the chorus, it's going to be an A minor 7. That's an open 5 string, second finger to the 4 string 2 fret, your open 3rd string, and then first finger to the 2 string 1 fret. You're going to walk into a C chord by hammering on with your second finger to the 5 string 2 fret, and then go with your ring finger to the 5 string 3 fret, and then you can hammer on with your second finger again to the 4 string 2 fret to flesh out that C chord, and then it's going to go down to a G chord, and you can hear a hammer on in that G chord with first finger to the 5 string 2 fret before coming up to the D chord again. So the first round of the course was A minor 7, walk to the C chord, drop down to the G chord, hammer on, come up to the D chord, repeat A minor 7, walk to the C chord, down to the G chord, hammer, come up to the D chord, and it lingers on that D chord. Here you can hear, at this point here, you can audibly hear Jason Isbell pull off first finger there on the 3rd string. You can also hear at one point this little lick. Which is ring finger to the, and this is like at the back end of the D before it comes back to the G. That would be ring finger to the 3 string 4 fret, slide down to 3 string 2 fret, open up the 3 string, second finger to the 4 string 2 fret, pull off to 4 string open, and then hit the G string again, the 3 string again before going back into the G chord. And then that repeats again as a chorus, and then there's another verse and another chorus. The outro, Jason Isbell just kind of noodle leads in D, like the solo begins right there on that 2nd string 12 fret note. It comes up to the 1 string, what is this, the 15 fret, to that G, falls down to the 1 string 14 fret, comes down to 1 string 12, 1 string 10, just kind of meanders right there for a little bit, comes back and hammers on to the 2 string 12 fret, and then I think he probably ends up somewhere in this little box shape right here. It's like a D shape originating on the 7th fret. But ultimately, the most recognizable part of the solo to me is that little walk up. So it's going to be, you're going to be using your second, first, and ring fingers to play this. The first chord is going to be second finger on the 4 string 2 fret, first finger on the 2 string 1 fret. And I'm just kind of pinching those notes, plucking with my pick, and also plucking up with my second finger. So that, then take this shape and move it up 2 frets. So that you don't want the 3 string ringing out in the middle of this. You just want nothing but string 4 and 2 to ring out in all of this. So slide it up 2 frets, your second finger's on the 4 string 4 fret, your first finger is on the 2 string 3 fret. We're going to go to an A shape here. So your second finger is going to go down on the 4 string 5 fret, and your ring finger goes down to the 2 string 5 fret. Take that A shape and slide it up 2 more frets so that second and ring are on the 7th frets of strings 4 and 2. We're going to go back to the A minor 7 shape. So second finger is on the 4 string 9 fret. Second finger is on the 4 string 9 fret. First finger is on the second string 8 fret. So we've got going to go to another A shape here with second finger on the 4-string 10th fret and ring finger on the 2-string 10th fret. And then we're going to come up 2 more frets to the 12th fret of the 4 and 2 string with our second and ring finger. So the first walk up. The second walk up doesn't begin as low, it begins on this second chord that I showed you. So second finger on the 4-string 4th fret, first finger on the 2-string 3 fret, and then you'll do almost the same walk up. So 4 and 3 fret to 5 and 5 fret to 5 and 5 fret. 4 and 3 fret to 5 and 5 fret to 7 and 7 fret to the 9 and 8 fret, then back to the 7 and 7 fret. So it goes. And then the last time, it walks all the way up to your second finger will end up on the 4-string 14th fret, your first finger on the 2-string 13th fret, and then you're going to come back to 12 and 12 on the 4 and the 2 string. And then he starts noodling again, which I didn't learn that part because it's too, I'm not that great at actually figuring out all those lead parts, but that is the most recognizable part of the solo to me, so hopefully that can help you figure out where to start if you're wanting to figure out the solo. So those are the chords and the movements to River by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.